Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This video we're going to be going over the 15 games from Sunday, August 8th. It's going to be quick. We just did the power rankings updated video last night. So a lot of things discussed on each team obviously in that video. Otherwise we're just going to jump into the games because the wild card races, the playoff races, all that stuff's heating up. A lot of teams are going on streaks, and it's just getting super exciting. So we're just going to try to go through some of these games as quickly as possible at the start of the day. Rays 9, Orioles 6. And again, the Orioles got out to a lead over the Rays, and they just couldn't hold it. This game started off with Mullins hitting his 20th home run of the season in that first inning. But then the Rays just chipped away at it, and then in the 8th inning put up 6 runs of their own. Austin Meadows hitting his 21st. Brett Phillips, 2 home runs in this game. He was pretty much the hero with 2 hits, 5 RBIs coming off those 2 home runs. He's up to 8 on the season. And we also have Santander for the Orioles hitting one in the 3rd inning off Walker when they had the lead, and then they just slowly fell apart. And it was the same story as usual with the bullpen coming in there. After Lopez gave 6, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, and left with the lead, the bullpen comes in and destroys that lead. Fry getting charged with the loss. Walker goes 5 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. He adds concern that the Rays rotation isn't quite what it used to be, of course, because he's filling in with a lot of injuries, but the Rays find a nice sweep of the Orioles. Phillies also sweep the Mets 3-0, and this one took place on Roy Halladay Day in, I guess, for Philadelphia, which at home, Wheeler becomes the first guy to sit down 22 consecutive batters since Roy Halladay himself. I forget what year it was, but that was the case. It was also Roy Halladay Day, so it was all tied in together. Gene Segura led this one off in the 1st inning with a home run, and Realmuto also in that 1st inning. So we have 2 home runs coming in that 1st inning, give the Phillies a 2-0 lead. They added another one in the 6th off the bat of Bryce Harper. So 3 home runs, 3 solo shots, and Wheeler goes the complete game, 9 innings, 11 strikeouts, only letting 3 guys get on base via walk and hit. Taijuan Walker goes 6, 3 earned runs, 1 strikeout. Phillies have now won 7 in a row and are top of the division. So let's see if they can hold on to that. Mariners 2, Yankees 0. And finally, the Mariners kept this close, low-scoring game to themselves. For the most part, they had these kind of leads throughout the whole series, but this is the first time they managed to win after losing the first 3. Rizzo was out of the game. He has been added to the COVID list. Instead, they see Voit in there, who goes 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. This wasn't very much of an offensive game. We have Kyle Seager with a couple hits and an RBI, and Raleigh getting the other RBI in this one. No home runs though. Kikuchi goes 5, 0 runs, 6 Ks, whereas Gill for the Yankee goes 5, 0 runs, 8 Ks. Both guys very good outings, but only going 5, and then it becomes a bullpen game. And believe it or not, the Mariners bullpen closes the door completely on the Yankees and picks up a much needed win. Blue Jays 9, Red Sox 8, and the Red Sox let one get away from them. And honestly, I think they pulled a play out of the Blue Jays book, because this is the kind of game that they saw earlier in the season where the Red Sox were the team coming from behind. It was 7-2 after about 4 innings, and the Jays started storming their comeback by putting 2 up in the 5th off of Vladdy Guerrero, his 35th home run. He starts putting the team on his back and like, let's go, let's go. They had 2 more in the 7th. They just generate a couple of runs off of a bunch of hits. And then George Springer comes to bat in the 8th inning and plays hero, hitting a 3-run bomb in that 8th inning off of Barnes again. So it's 2 games in 2 days that Barnes goes in there and blows for his team, and he's going to get charged with the loss. We see a lot of home runs coming in of Jay's side with those 2. None coming out of the Red Sox side. They just generated the runs, and it was J.D. Martinez leading the way with 4 hits, 3 RBIs. And Garrett Richards is out there, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 2 Ks. He gets to leave the game with a decent lead, and it's just, like I said, the bullpen can't hold it down for him. Every piece of the bullpen, other than Taylor, who was only in there for 1 out, every piece of that is giving up a couple of runs. Ryu did not have a good outing for the Blue Jays, 3.27 earned runs and 1 K, but the team bailed them out, and Dolis is going to get the win for the team. Big win for the Blue Jays going along. Indians 7, Tigers 5, and this was the rubber match between the two. They had a good weekend series. We saw a lot of runs in this series. 5 runs from each side in the first 4 innings. Miller hitting his second home run of the season, Zimmer his third, and then for the Tigers we have Hill hitting his first. So a bunch of guys starting to break into these lineups that we don't see on a typical basis. However, with that 5-5 game going into the 7th tied, the Indians did put up those 2 extra runs in that 7th to take the lead. Willie Peralta goes 5, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks in the no decision. Plesac 4 earned runs, 6 Ks as well. He's going to get the no decision, and it comes down to the bullpen. Both these teams obviously kind of battling for some jockeying in the division, but that's pretty much it. Reds 3, Pirates 2. So the Reds find a nice series sweep here, and they are there's a lot of them, but they are among the hottest teams in baseball right now, and they really handled the Pirates as you would hope a hot team that's fighting for the playoffs would at this point when they really need to pick up some wins. Winker continues to really carry his team with some offense, couple of hits in this, including a double, with the RBIs come from Votto, Stevenson, and Farmer, who all hit in single knocks and probably all in a row in that area and knocking in a couple of runs. Brian Hayes does get the solo home run in this game, hitting his 5th of the season. We got Bryce Wilson going 6, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks. This back-to-back starts where Wilson has looked pretty good, but those 3 earned runs are not enough when you don't get a whole lot of run support, and that's what happened in this case. We got Malley going 7, 2 earned runs, and 10 Ks in the win. He's now 9-3 on the season. Atlanta Braves 5, Nationals 4. So the Braves keep pace with the Phillies, make up some more ground on the Mets, and I guess they're ahead of the Mets at this point, so that's a big thing for them. They were up 5-1, and they did show flashes of why there is concern around the Braves. They're 2 games above 500, but their bullpen comes in there again and gives up a few runs, especially to the core of this lineup with Zimmerman hitting 3 hits, 2 RBIs off a couple of doubles. Luckily for them, Albus was out there hitting his 18th home run, and Duvall, big ad for them so far, hit another home run, his 24th this season. Corbin goes 6-5 earned runs and 5 Ks, giving up a couple of home runs in the loss, whereas Max Fried, one of his better outings, we're starting to see that ERA really come down for him, 3.91, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run and 5 Ks. Big win for the Braves. Twins 7, Astros 5. So the Twins spent the whole weekend playing spoiler against these Astros, taking 3 of 4, and they didn't really look back. They really had a pretty nice offensive performance, and this was continued to be the case right there in their middle innings. They put up 6 runs over 3. Miguel Sano hitting his 18th. Polanco had a nice night, 2 home runs when batted in 4, and that was it for the Twins. And on the other side, Carlos Correa gets his 18th of the season. Just a solo shot, so they didn't get a whole lot going. Lance McCullers, after that great outing against the Dodgers earlier in the week, did not have his best start. 4.24 earned runs, 4 Ks, giving up a couple of home runs. Whereas Maeda, we saw a decent side from him, 3 earned runs and 5 Ks. And he's going to get the win over this pesky Astros team. Moving along, one of the best series of the weekend, the Giants 5, Brewers 4. Every single one of these games these guys played went either extra innings, but they were all like 1-run games, essentially. Extra innings or this 1-run game here. But the Giants do squeeze it out, and now we can say the Giants have beat, at least in 3-game series or more, the top teams of the league recently. They beat Houston, they beat Milwaukee now, they've beaten the Dodgers. It's only time that we start coming around that this team is for real. They were down 4-2 going into the late innings, but they add a couple, that one in the 7th and then another one in the 8th that gives them the lead. Those ones were all generated because Narvaez hit his 10th home run in that 4th inning. On the other side, Brandon Belt continues to be one of the hotter hitters in the league. He hit his 4th home run, his 15th of the season in this series. So he had 4 home runs in 3 games is what I'm trying to say. 2-hit RBI night for him. Cueto goes 5.1, 4 earned runs and 3 Ks. He went out there for that 6th inning, and that's when Milwaukee got to him, and kind of the lead started to fall away at that point. He is going to get the no decision because the bullpen essentially in the end blows the game. Brett Anderson goes 5, 1 earned run, 3 Ks. The Brewers, or the bullpen didn't blow the game. Sorry, they won the game. Brett Anderson, yeah, I just got those two teams mixed up. They're so close all weekend. Sorry about that. Giants win, long story short, big series win for them. They're keeping distance on the Dodgers, or trying, but every time they win, you know. Royals 6, Cardinals 5. Royals, they pick up a win here, knock the Cardinals back down to under 500. Cardinals were out early, and the Royals pile in 5 right in the middle of the innings. Not a whole lot going on here. Carlson hitting his 12th of the season for the Cardinals. Top of the lineup seems to be performing pretty well for the Cardinals. It's just the bottom of the lineup, pretty atrocious for them so far this season. Lester goes 5.1, 500 on 2Ks. Now that's back-to-back starts where Lester's just not looked good. Maybe it's time for him to start thinking that to hang it up. Bubic goes 4.2, 1 run, 4Ks. He's going to be 1 out away from being able to get this win. Pretty unfortunate for him that he couldn't just stay in that little extra to get the win. Rockies 13, Marlins 5, and very much again the Rockies are out 11-0, 4 innings in, and that happened every game this series where they just got out to a monster lead and the Marlins just couldn't come back. They came closer this time, as close as they've got. They put up 8 runs of their own, led by Aguilar, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, but it doesn't matter. Aguilar hits his 20th of the season, a solo shot coming in that 9th inning, pretty late at that point. Austin Jackson, his 2nd. Whereas for the Rockies, we just got piles and piles of home runs. CJ Cron hitting 2, he's up to 18. Nunez his 7th. Joe hit 2 himself, so that's back-to-back games he's gotten on. He's up to 5, and Hilliard hits 8. So that's 6 home runs coming out of the Rockies camp in this big win. And yeah, it's not too much going on there. Athletics 6, Rangers 3. Athletics handled the Rangers over the weekend, picking up a couple of much-needed wins and putting some confidence behind their team after Starling Marte was the star of this show with a 4-hit RBI night. He's really proven to be one of the bigger adds at the trade deadline. He's definitely added to the offense, which has been Oakland's kind of concern. We all know their rotation and bullpen are pretty solid. On the other side, Kinner Falafa hits his 7th of the season, but it doesn't matter because that comes in the 8th inning, and they're already down 6-2, and they need more than just that. Lyles goes 5.1, 6 earned run, 4Ks. And Kapralainen goes 6, 2 earned runs, 4Ks in the win, just showing that another 6-inning outing from an Oakland starter. Are we really surprised at this point? Dodgers 8, Angels 2, so the Giants win, so that means the Dodgers have to win to keep their pace in the division, and that's exactly what happened. Trey Turner is looking good at the top of his lineup. We see a somewhat infield hit that kind of led from him going first to home, which was pretty interesting, showing his speed, showing how he's just going to fit exactly into this lineup. And we don't see Mookie Betts out there again. I talked about it a couple days ago how he looked like he injured himself again. It's been kind of a rough season for Mookie. But lucky for the Dodgers, they have Buehler out there on the mound showing what he's capable of. He goes 6, 1 earned run, 8 Ks, his ERA 2.13. Of course, Detmer is making his 2nd start for the Angels. Again, he gets the beat around, giving up 5 runs in those first 2 innings, and they let him go a little bit longer, but his ERA is 10.61. This guy's supposed to be their up-and-coming pitcher. We'll see if he can really break through after 2 rough outings. We see Pujols hit his 14th of the season, and Bellinger his 7th of the season as well. Padres 2, Diamondbacks 0, and Padres also keeping pace in this Western Division. Of course, there are a few games back, but we see again what trade deadline acquisitions can do. Adam Frazier led the way with his team with a 3-hit night, continuing that average 322, just being monster. So he'd get on base, and then Cronenworth hit him home a couple times in this game. With 2 hits, 2 RBIs. One of them a home run, his 16th of the season. And then the Diamondbacks just got shut out. Snell out there pitching 7 innings. We don't see that from Snell. That might be the first time this season he's gone that many. Usually when we see 6 from him, we're pretty excited. But he went 7 against the Diamondbacks, 13 Ks. So that's the kind of Snell that the Padres expected to see when they first got into this season. Bumgarner also goes 7, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks. Bumgarner only took 80 pitches to go 7 innings, whereas Snell took 110. So that's the kind of difference you see between these kind of pitchers. Pretty interesting on there. And then you get to the last Sunday nighter, White Sox 9, Cubs 3. And this game felt really much over after that first inning. When the White Sox put up 5, they added a couple more in the top of the second, so 7-0. I gotta admit, that's when I basically shut it off, and I was like, I get to film the power rankings early today, and that's what I did. So I didn't really watch too much more on that. The Cubs did put up a couple of runs, but the White Sox pretty much cruised the rest of the way. Jimenez going 3 hits, 5 RBIs, hitting 2 home runs in this game. He's up to 3, and we also see Anderson hitting his 11th, and Vaughn is 13. So the home run ball alive and well with the White Sox, and Davies goes 2, 7 earned runs, 5 Ks, rough outing for him. Whereas Dylan Cease goes 5, 3 earned runs, 10 Ks, picks up his 9th win of the season for a nice win for the White Sox. Thanks up to Seuss. I really like it when you show up here. If the Dodgers has depth to replace Mookie Betts, yeah. If anyone has depth to replace Mookie Betts, it's the Dodgers, and that's exactly it. Dodgers they're just lit through and through on their team, and hopefully everything's okay. Because you gotta hope him well, wish him well, want to see him back in the lineup because he's always a fun guy to watch. Otherwise, guys, that pretty much breaks down the 15 games as quick as possible. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys haven't seen the Power Rankings video yet from yesterday, it's popping off in there. So let me know what you guys think in that comment section below. All that fun stuff. We'll hope to see you guys for that next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great